The ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas. Now, what they have agreed to at this point is just the first phase of a 20-point peace plan for Gaza, unveiled by U.S. President Donald Trump last week. While it does mark a significant step towards ending the war, it does come after what comes after this first phase is far from clear, with questions over long-standing and still unresolved differences between Israel and Hamas. But just on the ceasefire, it's not clear that both have agreed on which Palestinian prisoners should be freed, the timing and the extent of any Israeli withdrawal, and how Gaza should be run after the war, as well as the fate of the group Hamas.
I would think on the Hamas side that they would not have agreed to this if they did not believe that at some level they had guarantees that Israel, soon after the recovery and return of the hostages, will not just recommence the sort of full-blown military operations that we've seen over the past couple of years, which has devastated most of the Gaza Strip and now focused on Gaza City. So one would think that they must feel confident about that, because if they didn't, then they've let their guard down.
Hamas says it has sent Israel a list of detainees it once released, including prominent political leaders. Well, these are Marwan el-Barghouti and Ahmad Sadat. The group says it has not received a final list of names from Israel. What happens to Hamas as a group and what role it could play in the Gaza Strip is also uncertain. Disarming the group was a key point of Mr. Trump's plan, but Hamas has refused to lay down its weapons as long as Israeli forces occupy Palestinian land. The group has been governing Gaza since 2007 and wants to maintain some presence in some form after the war. But Donald Trump's plan precludes Hamas being involved in Gaza, proposing in its place temporary governance by, quote, a technocratic, apolitical Palestinian committee, one that's led by the U.S. president himself and involving others, including former British Prime Minister Tony Blair. The Palestinian Authority will have to step in after, but only when it shows it has completed its own internal reforms. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has been open in opposing PA involvement. Mr. Trump has touted with few details at this point of the involvement of Middle East countries to rebuild Gaza. Arab countries that supported the plan have insisted on eventual Palestinian independence. But Mr. Netanyahu says that will never happen.
The governance has to come quite quickly, because if Israel isn't confident in whatever Palestinian Arab governing mechanism exists, then it increases the odds that the ceasefire breaks down. I think Trump is going to be quite committed to this. I think he sees this in quite personal terms, that he was able to do this. He views it as now him alone having had the opportunity to be able to make this happen, and therefore it's his responsibility.